Hello, this is Charles Hawes once again. I'm going to tie one of my favorite flies for smallmouth, the woolly bugger, size 6 hook. I uh, I use this fly quite a bit for a smallmouth and also for trout as well. And occasionally you can catch a small or largemouth bass with it. I'll get that word out there in a minute. Okay, what I'm doing now is making the base of the fly. Add a little bit of thread. I'm using size 8/0 thread for this fly here, and roll it around some more. Almost done with that part. Okay. The one thing is, you want to put a little bit of weight on this. I like using this little lead wire, point 030. I put this on there to this weighs the fly down and let it go in deeper. Because a lot of times you're fishing smallmouth, you're in pretty fast moving water. Now for your warm fishing, buddy, you know what I'm talking about, because places like the New River and several other streams, water is constantly moving, and some of these waders flies will just go to the top and just stay there. Won't go down there with the bass rat. Okay, now what you want to do is secure it down with the thread. By the way, last year I was fishing for crappie, and I saw a 20-inch largemouth bass on a nest, and I put one of these on there and tossed it inside the nest itself and caught the bass. Put a pretty good fight there on a 5'4" bamboo fly rod. That was pretty exciting for me. Okay, what you want to do also, after you get done with that, put a little bit of dab of glue on the lead itself. There you go. And just let that sit there for a minute while it's drying. And we'll get the tails ready. Now when I use the tails on these woolly buggers, I like to make them longer than what it calls for. One reason why is it gives a bit more of a swimming action in the water. I've had woolly buggers, the size they recommend, and the smallmouth wouldn't even touch them. But when you put on an extra long tail, kind of gives that kind of a going through the water, and the bass will think it's a leech and actually go after it. Okay, what you want to do is, here's my tail, and like I said, you notice it's a lot longer than it calls for. So I'll just tie this down. And pull up the extra part of the tail and just snip it off just like that. Then just finish it off. Let's see how long this tail is. I don't know if you can see it or not. I guess it's too dark. It's a very black tail, but I'll show you here at the end of the fly. Now I like using feathers, kind of like the ribs. I guess what you want to call it. And I use black chenille for the body, and I'll cut off a piece of that. What I like doing is tying the chenille and the feather on the same time. Kind of, I don't know if you can see it or not, like that. And wrap that around several times. Okay, now this time, take the thread all the way up to the head of the hook here, to the eye. To about right there. Okay, now what you want to do is, take your Malibu, go around, just wrap it all the way up to the hook there. Like so. Don't take it all the way up to the end of the hook just yet. A little bit of space, because you'll need it there to tie down the feathers next. Okay, make up a little base there for the feather. And what I'll do is take this hackle pliers and hook it toward the end of the feather like this, and just sort of bring that around. Oh, you can see that well good or not, but this picking up all the feathers that are folded down. Okay, now we're getting ready to tie it off. It's pretty much done with everything else on it. One, two. Alright, I'm going to put the glue on the head. And there you are. Now if you want to trim some of these feathers off, you can. I usually just take a little snips. And there you are, the woolly bugger. A lot of times you can sit there and just brush these up and get the hairs or the feathers to stick up a little further up. Okay, there you go. Well, just post a comment or two there on my Facebook page or my YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and happy fishing.